Good evening, everyone, and welcome to AFR Tier 1 Season 7 Round 23. We are at Shanghai in China. I am Psycho, and with me tonight is Gus.
G'day, g'day.
So, round 23, second last round. Championship's been tied up. Potsy won that last week, so big congratulations to him. And yeah, we just got two rounds left. Should still be exciting though. Shanghai is always an interesting circuit. Very hard on this game. Really slippery circuit.
It certainly is. I don't believe the Constructors title has been tied up yet, so it's still a bit of a battle between Red Bull, Williams, and I think there was one other team still in the fight as well.
That's a good point. Sorry, I didn't realise that, even though someone clearly wrote it out for me.
I think AlphaTauri is still in the fight as well.
Okay, yeah, AlphaTauri in the fight as well. So we've got
You should know that. You're an AlphaTauri driver.
Look at the combined and Tier 2. Yeah, so I should definitely know that. Speaking of the AlphaTauri, first car on track is the reserve AlphaTauri driver, as Matt Dabry isn't here, so Ecam will make it, as we prefer to call him.
I believe Eckham is the correct pronunciation.
Eckham, right, okay. Eckham is out on track at the moment. He is opting to do his first run on the mediums. Obviously not the tyre he will be qualifying on, but he's going to start us off for the first run.
Yeah, he might just be saving an extra set of soft tyres for the race by going out on the mediums for his first run, so he'll probably do another 2 runs on the soft tyre and keep that third set of softs for the race. If he's outside the top 10, he might start on those, get them a bit further into the race than a used set of softs.
I'd say that might be the plan. Definitely not the best plan. I'd rather keep 2 sets of mediums for this track, because they are definitely the race tyre to be on. But
yeah, especially if there's an early safety car. If you start on the soft tyre, as soon as it comes in, as soon as the safety car comes out, jump into the mediums, and then jump into the mediums again a little bit later. That way you don't have to touch the hards at all, which would be a bit of a slow tyre, a little bit hard to warm up as well.
yeah, so I'm just on board with...
Just hide the overlay if you can. It's press Y to hide UI, Ben's saying.
Yep, got it.
Thank you.
So on board with Ecam to start his run into the first corner. Nice tidy line. Skatey also putting in a chat that there's no rain expected, so Tier Dry rears its ugly head once more. So Eckham comes through the first sector. Looks pretty tidy for the medium tyres.
Yeah, setting at 24.3 in the first sector. Does look like it's in a little bit understeer though. I don't think the tyres are quite switched on yet. You can actually see the temperature on the dash. Looks like they're... No. I don't think that's accurate. It was setting 130 degrees, so...
Yeah, no, that's definitely not accurate. But yeah, Eckham is doing a pretty solid run on these medium tyres. Very tidy. Like you said, bit understeer, but keeping it pretty tidy, hitting all the apexes, using all the track, not really getting too much wheel spin. This should be in the 131s, I think.
Yeah, been very tidy so far for a banker on the mediums, so to see him finish it off nicely. Takes a lot of curb there at the hairpin, short shifting up to keep control of the rear traction. Oh, he nearly loses the rear there through the final corner. He just clipped that sausage curb on the inside there and unsettled the car, so he only did a 32.5, but I think you're right, without that mistake at the final corner, he could have been on to get into the 31s there.
Yeah, very respectable time on the mediums considering what Trent just did. He must have made a mistake. As Fiba puts in a 32.4. Very conservative bankers for these guys. Must have
Honda, no, 31.3. I wonder if FIBA and Trin might be actually going for mediums for their starting tyre.
You know, that's very
And I
likely.
reckon they've probably turned the engine down a little bit to make sure that their run is going to be slower than their best time on the medium. So we do see Mikado do a 1:30.8, setting the fastest time there on the soft tyre.
Okay, I'm not screwing around. But yeah, I believe you're right. I think these guys, especially putting in those times, I think these guys might be starting on the mediums. It's definitely the preferred strat. Is if there's no safety cars, you want to do a medium hard. If there's one tier that's not going to have safety cars, it'll be tier 1.
Now, I was on board with the Mercedes of T-Mac, and he has had so much traffic on this lap. No one is staying out of the way. He's been blocked by both the Haas drivers and Pondon as well. All three of them just completely oblivious to the fact that T-Mac is out of sync with the other drivers on a quick lap, and this is not going to be a representative time at all from the Mercedes driver.
He'll be upset about that. Definitely will be. Seb, big shout out to Seb, just subscribed for 6 months in a row. Making a reference I don't quite understand, but I do like it. Is that a toe? No. Whoa, Potsy, very aggressive pit entry there.
Yeah, T-Mac put in an invalid time, or was that an outlap and it was just not showing up as an outlap properly?
I don't know. He has 100% battery and he's not using any.
Oh, yeah, he did a 33.9.
Is he?
Oh, that was laggy. He crossed the line. It didn't actually come up with the time until he'd already gone through the first couple of corners.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with T-Mac. I think he might have some desync. Maybe the other drivers literally didn't see him.
Yeah, that's a possibility. We might be able to see him as a spectator, but he could be completely desynced on track, and that might explain why the time came through so slow.
Yeah, I'm on board with Pacey now as he's going for his first hot lap. It goes very wide, misses the apex at the first corner in sector 2, so that's going to cost him a bit of time.
Bluey's just gone purple in the first sector.
Right behind the McLaren of Pacey. Billy keeping it pretty tidy through sector 2.
Yeah, another purple sector there, 51.6.
Gets on the traction nice and early. Let's see what Bluey can do as he comes into the second to last corner. Runs a little wide.
Yeah, didn't quite take as much curve as we've seen a lot of the other drivers do. Nice, tidy final corner. Used as much of the road as he could get away with. Only good enough for P3 though, 131.7, so it's full second behind Mikau. I wonder though if he has got everything turned down just a little bit, just getting ready for that medium run. As we see Batemate on the mediums doing an outlap after setting 131.8 on the sauce. We also have Artanis and Smitty have the mediums selected that have not yet gone out onto track.
Yeah, I'd say that's the case with a lot of these drivers, because that's... I imagine Pondon's run is legitimate, and Mikau's might be legitimate, but yeah, everyone below that...
I think for Bluey down, yeah, I think that's everyone there. Are going to be on the... Bluey nearly has a little spin there. Those curbs are very slippery.
So, Bate up about to start his run on the medium tyres. Obviously planning to qualify on these, I believe.
He's probably doing it in his middle run though, just so that he's got time to set a soft time if his medium isn't going to get him into the top 10.
That might be what he's planning on doing. So, going into sector 1. Goes a little bit wide. That's a wider line than I see most drivers take.
Yeah, well, he's nearly lost the coat. He's able to hold that, but yeah, the rear's just not gripping up at all, and that's ruined this lap. I think he probably didn't quite get his tyres into the right temperature, but he just did not look like they were going to go around at that speed at all.
No, that didn't look good. Just try to push a little hard, I think, on those mediums. You can definitely, during quali, you can definitely push those softs so much harder. You have so much more grip before they start to overheat. So I'd say he just overestimated his grip.
So Big Al and Hero yet to set times. Big Al going through the long right hand onto the back straight now. Yeah, looks like he validated in the final sector on his first run, so let's see if he's able to pull it together.
I think... Oh no, wouldn't be. I thought the Aston Martins were giving each other a tow, but Jackson's on an outlap.
Yeah, Pondon's meant to be on the flyer.
No, they're coming in. They're just playing some games.
Well, they just completely screwed up the tow. So Big Al's time only good enough for a 1:33.5 on that lap.
They're all going to qualify the mediums.
Hero coming across the line now. And he does a 32.1, so slower than Batemate's 31.8. We've got about 7 minutes left in the session, so we should see 1 or 2 more drivers come out to do a run in the middle of the stint, but everyone else will be getting ready for their final run.
Yeah, well, we've got a bit of downtime now, I think, before the chaos of the last couple of minutes of qualifying that we usually see here.
We do have Eckham coming through the last couple of corners. He's down in 10th at the moment with a 1:32.5. He's on the soft tyre.
I think Trent might have disconnected.
Eckham goes P2, AlphaTauri provisional front row lockout.
I believe this is as a red flag right about now. This is appropriate. Come on,
The
boys.
session will not be resumed.
Come on, Massey, do your thing. Yeah, we'll definitely take that down at the AFR garage. But yeah, we'll see what comes up with these medium runs when those guys get out of the pits. I do expect them to, on the mediums, potentially some of them getting into the high 130s, but most of them I'd say would be on the low 31s.
So you reckon low 31s on the mediums for the top guys?
The very top ones I'd say high 30s.
Nice. Well, we're seeing Tanner, Smitty, Potsy, Trin and T-Mac as well as combined all opting for the mediums. Big Al as well. Still a few with the softs, including Batemate, who obviously we followed him before. Made a bit of a mistake in Sector 1 on his medium run, so it looks like he's going to stick with the soft run. Potsy reckons that the mediums will be mid-31s in the chat. There's a 1 second delta between the softs and the mediums.
Okay, so mid 31s. Okay. If Potsy is correct, then we should have an all AFR front row, which will be the first time this season.
Are you currently following a car?
No, sorry. I was,
We've got Batemate on a flying lap at the moment. He's in Sector 2. Setting a reasonably good deltas. Yeah, purple in the second sector. 3.5 tenths up on his current time. That'll put him up to 31.5s. It's good enough for third, fourth place at the moment, but he'll make up some more time in this final sector as well now that he's got everything turned up on the car.
I'd say he's given up on the medium run.
Yeah, no, it looked like that's come and gone for the Haas driver. Mikau coming out of the pits on another set of soft tyres, same as Bluey. Trin as well on the softs. He's just come out on the soft tyre. As Batemate comes into the pits, look like he's going to have a final run. There's 3 minutes to go, so he should get another one in, but obviously not quite happy with that lap.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice by Bate. So Bluey's about to start his, what I imagine would be his final run.
Yeah, 3 minutes, he might be able to get around for 2. Oh, he's had a shocking exit out of the final corner. Big tank slapper, and he had to get out of the throttle to stop spinning the car, and that's going to kill his Sector 1 time.
Yeah, he did set a very fast run on his first go though, so he should still be able to improve on that. Bit of wheel spin out of there too.
Yeah, he did a 24-1 in the first sector last time around, and he's down by nearly 100th of a second, so really bad first sector for him, especially given he had the engine turned down on that first run.
Yeah, as Combine has a spin behind him. Oh, there it goes!
He's kept it out of the wall, but we were just commenting, he looked like he had a really bad first stint. I reckon he was probably pushing too hard in that second sector to try to make up the time. I think he would have been better off just turning the engine down, finishing that lap and going again. He had enough time, it would just have been whether or not he had enough fuel.
Definitely. Yeah, that's definitely the case. So, on board with Mikau, he is on his final flying run. So far looking alright. I didn't see the first corner, but he's looking pretty good as he sets a faster Sector 1. Sector 2, he had to negotiate some traffic, so good going for him so far. Let's see, stays off of that curb, manages to keep the car on track, hits the apex beautifully using all the track on the exit. That'll be faster Sector 2 first with a 51, I think it was 51.1, I wasn't fast enough to see it. Really good traction out of that corner onto the back straight. DRS open as we approach the second to last corner. Lay it on the brakes, kisses the apex, uses the track, short to wheel spin. That's looking really good so far. Really attacks that last corner. Big improvement.
Aston Martin are doing the toe on the back straight. Artanis getting a very healthy toe from Pondon. Comes into the hairpin. Very nice. He's on the medium tyre as well. Currently sitting down in P12. Is he going to be able to finish off this lap? 20 seconds to go. Will he be able to help out his teammate as well? Comes across the line. And it's good enough for P8 with a 131.998. He's going to have to push pretty hard, though, to be able to give Pondon the toe, and he has to go straight on because there was not enough of a gap. Pondon should have backed off if he wanted to be reciprocated there, but he goes through anyway. And there's the checkered flag, so everyone who crosses the line now will be done for qualifying. Potsy has a spin at the final corner. Potsy is down to P15. His best times are 132.690. He's spun on the medium tyres at the final corner, and he will be starting dead last.
I would say under normal circumstances he'd kick himself, but I don't think he really cares.
Well, he's got the championship now, so all wrapped up. T-Mac comes across in P11 on the medium, so he will not be starting on those tyres. Pacey, P3 with the 131.206 on the soft tyre. Combined goes P3 now with the 040 also on the soft tyre. We have Eckham coming across the line now. Very tidy final corner. Does a 30.691. A tenth slower than his teammate, but great time there from the AlphaTauri driver.
Absolutely. The Haas looks like we've got a bit of a touch for the Haas. Smitty coming Bate along.
Fever doesn't improve on that run, stays 13th. Mikau straight into the pits as well.
Let's see. Bate negotiates the last one beautifully. Comes across the line and P3.
P3, 130.8 for the Haas. We do still have Pondon coming across the line as well. Faster Martin is a 10th down in his time. And he doesn't improve. Did improve in the final sector by about half a tenth, but not enough to gain any positions. Big Al looks like he's on an in-lap. The fuel indicator light is on.
I believe that on the grid we have an AlphaTauri lockout on the front row, which is nice to see. Jackson, actually, very impressive by him, setting a solid time on mediums with a 31.9. Potsy being correct there. Medium significantly slower than what I expected in quali.
Just waiting for Big Al to retire. This has been pushed back into the garage, so it should be any second now. And there we go.
Yeah, alright, so I would imagine everyone from P11 downwards would be starting on the mediums pretty much regardless, so good job by Jackson and Big L to break into the top 10.
Yeah, on the medium tyre as well, so really good effort by those two. They're only two in the top 10 to qualify on the medium, so keep an eye on them strategy-wise. Everyone else in that top 10 will be starting on the soft tyre.
Yeah, now ideally these medium runners are going to hope for either a late safety car or no safety car, and the guys on the soft are going to be begging for one by about lap 5, if they even make it that far.
Yeah, we have seen an early safety car in most of Tier 1's races this season, though, so that could play in their favour and get a cheaper pit stop, and it'll leave those medium runners out to dry just a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be... Well, the best strategy is going to be based on when the safety cars come out, if they come out. China not really known for too many safety cars. We'll see a couple here and there, but definitely not nearly as bad as Albert Park was last week. And I have a lovely view of the pit lane while we wait for everyone to load in. Nice and sunny day in Shanghai. Still waiting on players to load.
So apparently Trin actually tripped over his LAN cable during qualifying, and that was why he disconnected from the lobby, and he's actually twisted his knee. So keep an eye on the Red Bull driver. He looks like he might be in a bit of pain for this 40-odd minute race.
That's what he gets for walking around during qualifying. Okay, I was completely
interesting. Wrong. Everyone except for Smitty outside the top 10 on the hard tyre. Smitty on the medium. Yeah, that's an interesting call from those guys.
I think they're covering. So if there's a lap 1 safety car on the mediums, you don't want to pit for the hards. But if there's a lap 1 safety car when you're on the hards, you can pit for the mediums and do a medium. And that will satisfy the 2 tyre requirement.
But I guess, yeah, so I guess they're kind of covering themselves as well, because you don't necessarily want to chuck on the soft tyre and have to do the 7 laps and have them fall off the cliff. They will struggle a little bit in those first couple of laps, though, just compared to everyone else. Those hard tyres will be pretty slow in that initial scrum on the first lap or 2. But yeah, that's an interesting strategy call from those guys. And obviously, yeah, if there is an early safety car, they can chuck them off and just do 2 mediums to the end, which is going to be much more preferable to doing a prolonged stint on the hard tyre.
Absolutely. Very dusty track. I see these cars kicking up a lot of dust coming through Sector 2. As they approach the back straight now, you can see how banked that third last corner really is from the camera angle we've got at the moment. Oh, it looks so cool watching all the cars just zigzag like that.
And just the, Kimi Räikkönen in the middle there, the Aston Martin not moving at all. Who was that? Was that Pondon? I think it might have been Artanis, actually. It was just going dead straight, everyone else around weaving. It looks like Hero dropped out for a second there. You just see him at the back of the straight there on the banking. it's rejoined, but yeah, that's why he's so far behind everyone else at the moment. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues with the lobby, as we see everyone starting to get taken over by AI, so come around the final corner.
We saw that happen to one of the Mercedes in Tier 3, and then as soon as the race started, that immediately caused his teammate behind him to smash into him and ruin his race.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, it would be a shame if that were to happen. Looks like we're just waiting on...
Just Hero just coming up to his position now.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now let's start 28 laps of Shanghai. Hopefully get another soon. Here we go. Lights are coming on.
Oh, Mikhail's jumped the start. He's got a drive-through penalty.
Oh no, that is shocking for the AFR. Ponding is a fantastic start. Nearly everyone's had a bait. Bait covers off pretty well as Pacey jumps Pondit around the outside of...
Oh, Williams has gone round, Hero's gone round, and there's been a collision. I think Potsy got caught up in that.
Hero and Smitty got caught up in it.
Smitty's got wing damage.
Yeah, Potsy managed to avoid it. Smitty lost his wing. Looking okay through there now as Fever makes a massive dive, hits Bluey up the inside. Fever spins.
Trent hit him as well. Smitty looked to go to the inside, had to dart out. Hero had to take avoiding action to miss Smitty, and a terrible start for the two Williams drivers.
That was disgusting by Fever. Such a long lunge from so far back on hard tyres. I don't know how he expected that to end any other way.
Yeah, he must have just missed his braking point now. Hero does have wing damage, so he's letting Fever go through again. And Smitty has wing damage as well, so he should get that position as well within a matter of a couple of corners.
Yeah, not a fantastic start. A lot of silly mistakes by the Tier 1 drivers. Mikhail being the most shocking, getting a drive-through. I haven't seen that in Tier 1.
Oh, Pacey is around his spun at the exit of the large right-hander.
Yeah, Potts is going to fly past T-Mac there, getting a much better exit out of that right-hander. Unfortunately for Pacey. A lot of these guys are going to be open for a safety car. Mikhail decides to not pit yet, and he's going to try and push that gap as far as he can before he serves the drive-through.
Bieber again doing a massive dive on Smitty at the hairpin. There was a bit of contact between the two, and Smitty was forced off track. He does come into the pits now to get that front wing repaired, but yeah, Feber seems to be on the warpath here.
Bit of a menace at the moment. Hopefully he goes a little bit better the rest of the race.
Yeah, T-Mac's definitely got some connection issues at the moment. He's teleporting a fair bit at the back of the pack.
Yeah, so the closest battle at the moment is Big Al behind Combined. So those softs are going to be good for about 2 or 3 laps, and then medium should be faster. So we'll see if Combined can stave off Big Al's attack and how long he can stave off the attack.
So just having a look at the winners and losers so far. So the front 3 positions remain the same. Pondon has gained 2 positions. Big Al up 3. So it's Trin. Potsy up 5 positions. The biggest winner from the start. The biggest losers. Pacey down 8 positions. Hero down 5.
Yeah, Potsy doing fantastic to climb so quickly. Obviously didn't qualify where he wanted to, or where he should have. So fantastic job for him to make up the positions that quickly. Especially on a hard tyre. Judging the tyre really well. Ooh, big lock up from Big Al there into the second to last corner. There's a bit of time to combine. As we cross the line for lap 3, it means DRS will be enabled. Mikau is serving that drive-through penalty. That should...
I think you'll come out behind Pacey?
No, I'm trying to Pacey. Behind Fever though.
Just slots out in front of Pacey.
Yeah, on those on soft tyres too. He's going to have some safety cars. It's not a great start for the AFR.
At the back, Hero's got the move done on Smitty, moves up to 14th.
Yeah, he's got those medium tyres. It's hard, so that's going to get much better. So, Boat now has closed up the gap a little bit to Ecam, and I don't know if he's looking at it. He's hoping just...
Oh, Blue's got around in Sector 2. Both Red Bulls and the Mercedes of T-Mac have to go off the track to avoid the spinning Alfa Romeo. And he drops down to 11th place. Probably will lose a spot to Mikau as well.
Oh, yeah. His tyres were so warm. I'd say pacing might get him as well, because he just can't risk getting any sort of traction down here through this corner. Yep, he's so slow. Pace will climb. Pace will go past him as well. Down the back straight. Oh, he should.
Big Al got the move done on combined as well. Moves up to P4, and as Ali rightly points out in the chat, he is Ali's brother.
So pacing not quite able to get past Blue yet. Blue managed to hold it more. Oh, no, there we go. Blue's in pits. He wants to
Mate takes the lead, got past Ekem. Still side by side. As they on the run to the end of Sector 1.
Ekem's going to concede that position.
Yeah, nice little move there by Batemate through the tight and twisty first few corners.
Yeah, now, as you said, Big Al has got past combined. He'll probably look to get past Pondit this lap. Pondit does not have DRS to the leaders at the moment, so he is a bit of a sitting duck for Big Al. Bit of a lock up by Pondit there as the enter sector 3, so Big Al looks like he got okay traction. Not really using any, using a bit of ERS now, and hopefully the DRS should be enough to make it past quite easily. Yeah, there's no point in fighting that. Now, we'll probably see some of these soft runners pit very soon. Yep, there we go. So, Bait and Combined both coming to the pits. They're going to be chucking on the... Actually, I don't know. We'll have a look.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Got a yellow flag. Looks like Blue's had another spin at that long right-hander into the back straight. I dare say. Oh, he's on the hard tyres as well. They're brand new, so there's another set of tyres that are going to be pretty hot for the next lap or two.
Yeah, so Bait on the hards. Combined has opted for the mediums. Bait planning to go to the end. Combined planning on hopefully a safety car at some point. Mikau made it back into P9, but he will have to pit. Currently battling fever for P8. Those softs would not be feeling great, especially if he's pushing. And people's hards are very, very fresh.
Yeah, it's an interesting call by Combined to go into the medium, so he's obviously counting on there being a safety car a little bit later, whereas Bait, yeah, obviously going with the more, I don't know, if you call it aggressive strategy, just trying to go to the end on those tyres. Doesn't need a safety car to make it to the end, but Combined's kind of just, I don't know, relying on someone having an incident. It might not be the best strategy long term.
So, Mikau's pressure on Fever is paying off really well. Fever making a couple of mistakes. I saw a couple of snaps of oversteer and a bit of locking up and braking. Mikau's still not back to overtake him here, but he is causing a headache for the Williams driver.
Yeah, those softs will start to fall off the cliff soon though, so he just needs to make sure he's not going to be battling Fever too hard. His tyres are going to last a lot longer than the AlphaTauri, so he's got to be mindful of picking his battles here.
Very true. I think he's given up. Yeah, he's going to give up that position to Mikau.
Yeah, smart play there by Fever. He'll get Mikau back in a couple of laps time, whether he's pitting or whether he's just losing performance on those tyres, so good move by the Williams driver.
He's just pushing Mikau around turn 1.
Yeah, he just had a little tap there on the back. It's just got to be careful he doesn't pick up any damage, but it looks like Mikau's going to have to run away from him now.
Yeah, Mikau. I'd imagine Mikau would be pitting possibly this lap or next lap. So Big Al on make. As we said before, those softs are going to be falling off right around now, so I would imagine Big Al is going to get past here and take the lead of this race on his medium tyres.
And of course, Big Al there starting on those medium tyres. He was one of the drivers we needed to watch just to see how that played out on the alternate strategy compared to everyone else in the top 10. Artanis as well, travelling nicely in P4 in that lead DRS train as well. So keep an eye on those two.
He kept defending really hard, burning a lot of battery to stay ahead of Big Al. I don't know if there's any point in doing that because we're going to have to pit very soon.
Yeah, and Big Al just needs to stay in that DRS range, and he can save that ERS for when he needs it later on, as we do see Ekem and Pondon pit.
Ekem misjudged his braking zone and hit the pit wall. Lost his front wing.
Well, that's disappointing. It's going to cost him, what, 5-6 seconds getting that front wing changed.
AlphaTauri really not having a good race, which is unfortunate. That's a bit of a silly mistake.
Goes onto the hard tyres, who's expecting to get to the end on those. Seb, Hamilton and Maldonado. Some very top shelf names there, making a similar mistake at the pit entry at China.
Yeah, good point. Mikau, I can't tell if Mikau is just waiting for a safety car. Praying for a safety car really, because he's not doing himself any favours. He's also not doing Fever any favours. Losing a lot of pace, so Fever is just hanging on at this point. We're trying to get past him soon because he's costing people quite a bit of time.
It's a nice little battle through the first couple of corners between Bluey and Smitty. Bluey gets in front of the Haas driver on slightly fresher hard tyres, but I wonder if those guys are moving a lot under throttle, so I wonder if they've got a little bit of bodywork damage that could be hampering them.
It would be an absolute nightmare of bodywork damage around Shanghai with all the medium to fast speed corners. Yeah, the car was just so twitchy, so unstable.
Fever's just got past Mikau up into P6, so those softs definitely starting to fall off the cliff now.
Yeah, and Batman getting past Pacey, also same scenario, hard for softs, so Batman faster obviously.
Yeah, just hear the wheel spin coming out of that hairpin, and McLaren does come into the pits, and Mikau's in the pits as well.
Yep, alright, so let's see what Mikau does. Mikau managed to pull 7 laps on the softs, very impressive, so I think he's going to go for, let's see, hard tyre, so Mikau also planning to go to the end here. Should come out very close to his teammate actually, as Hero. Oh, so close between Hero and Mikau there. Hero trying to switch back into turn 2, can't quite pull it off. Now Hero and Make side by side, or Ekem sorry, side by side. Bit of archie there. Ekem's tyres are really cold. Hero shoving him down inside, going deep by Ekem, so Hero will switch back and retake that position. A lot of fighting, very ballsy by Ekem to come out of the gate swinging on those hard tyres.
Yeah, some very aggressive driving there. These guys do need to remember there's another 20 laps to go, so they don't want to risk getting too much damage now. And we'll have to carry that through the rest of the race, so just got to be a little bit smarter about their moves.
Absolutely. Bluey's around again, I believe.
Yeah, he's had a spin again. It's that same place where he spun during qualifying, so I think he's just got up on that curb and just lost the rear. The curbs are very slippery in those high-speed corners. And he's going to have to wait for those temps to come down again. They're a bit high at the moment. Ekem getting the move done on Hero again just before the hairpin. Oh, nice little switch back from Hero. He gets the move back on the AlphaTauri driver.
Second time Hero's done that.
Beautiful move by the Williams driver.
Second time in 1 lap, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here we go again.
Here we go to DRS. Oh, there's nearly contact.
Oh, so aggressive. A lot of wheel banging.
Boy, Hero tried to squeeze him up onto the curb there. Ekem was having none of it. Gave him a good shove back, but Hero's got the driver on the outside. Ekem having to yield. But is he going to position himself for a drive down the inside? No, he has to go the long way around as Williams positioned himself very nicely there. Forces the AlphaTauri out wide, but leaves him the space. There's another little bang of the wheels, and he's going to have the inside line here to the fast left-hander. So he's going to have the quicker line compared to Hero, who's going to have to go the long way around, but that position him nicely for the right-hander. And again, another little tap of the barge boards, but AlphaTauri's got the inside again. Hero up on the curb, stays in front. Oh, this is great racing between these two. Hero comes out on top, tries to cover the inside, but there's not going to be a move there. Great little battle from those two.
That was awesome. That was absolutely phenomenal. Both of them moving each other just enough room while being super, super aggressive. Fantastic racing out of Tier 1 tonight.
Well, Ekham's going to have the DRS again. You can see Hero's ERS light is flashing, meaning he's got less than 15% battery. Ekham only has 17%. Or he does the dummy, goes to the inside, and I think he's got in this time. Hero's too far back to get the switch back going. He's very late on the brakes, though. But the AlphaTauri covers the inside. A little bit of contact again, and Ekham loses it on traction, and Hero goes storming past. He's not quite got the optimal line, though. He's going to compromise his exit, and another little squiggle as he's on throttle. This is going to give Ekham the run now into turn 1, and there we go, DRS assistance as well. These guys are just tag teaming it all the way around China at the moment.
I want to counter how many times there's been a position change between these two.
That's not even for points. They're 11th and 12th.
What a battle, though. Like, what an absolute...
I think Hero's mediums are starting to struggle just a little bit more than Ekham's hards. You can see now he's lost half a second through that first sector, so unless he can make that time up in the braking zones, I think Ekham should stay in front for the main of the lap. We do see a change for P4. T-Mac and Trin inside of each other. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's happening there. Trin has disconnected again.
He really needs to stop walking around while there's a race on. I don't believe Trin is actually disconnected.
AI versus AI, it says from Ali.
Oh, okay.
Because I think T-Mac's got some desync issues as well. So we could be seeing a little scrap for P4 between the AI. Fever is catching up on them as well.
Oh no, this is brilliant. Oh man. Oh, Hero.
Yeah. Hero and Ekham still going at it.
Yep.
So Ekham wasn't able to hold on for the whole lap. What are they? Oh, they're jostling. Look at it. It was so slow trying to get the DRS. That was so cheeky. And Ekham's had a terrible exit.
Oh no. Oh, that was really, really clever driving by Ekham then. Unfortunately, just couldn't manage to...
And he just lit up the rears when he got on throttle there. He did get DRS, but sometimes when you're too silly trying to, you know, con people into giving you DRS, you can forget that, you know, you've got to be easy on the loud pedal around these slow corners or you will light up the rear tyres. Yeah. And he's now 8/10 behind Hero, so it's going to be a fair effort to catch back up now.
Absolutely, he needs to make sure he doesn't lose that DRS. If he loses DRS, I think it's going to be over and Hero will just sail off into the distance, which is not what he wants. So, Fever looks like he might be able to make a move on the AI of T-Mac. Not nearly as exciting, but...
Catching up to the AI train. They really put the AI in train. Oh, he's gone for a double overtake, a massive dive into the hairpin, and he gets the move done.
Considering his racing AI, that's probably okay, but that was one hell of a dive.
And he's into the bits, so he's on into the bits now. I think one of those two drivers has rejoined. I think it's Trin.
It looks like it's Trin. T-Mac still looks like he's disconnected. Trin giving the AI of T-Mac a lot of respect.
Probably more respect than if it was actually T-Mac.
Probably. Yeah, Trin looks like he's off to the races now. He looks to be okay. He's moving. So Ekham unfortunately has dropped out of DRS, and I don't know if he's managed to regain it. He's very low on ERS as well, with Fever right behind him.
Exactly, and he's on fresh medium tyres as well, yeah. It's going to be a tall order for Ekham to keep him behind in the Williams sandwich at the moment. And Pacey as well, shouldn't discount him as well. He's within DRS range of Fever as well, so he might be able to make a few moves here as well.
It's a very interesting looking at this grid. Oh, is Trent actually... No. My table says Trent is a 10th off Potsy.
Yeah, Potsy and Artanis haven't crossed the finish line yet, so they won't have a delta. So we see Artanis and Big Al coming to the pits, so they started on the medium tyre, and I expect they'll probably go hard to the end from here. Yep, Big Al on hards.
So, Kuba's got past
Artanis as well.
And DRS to boot, just to ensure Ecam doesn't actually catch up. Now, we've seen this before, Fuba and Hero on track. When they're racing, they don't play the team orders game, and I don't believe this is going to be any different. Fuba on a much fresher tyre. Let's see, will Hero just let him by? He will, okay. That was boring.
Yeah, but I think 10 lap younger tyres, I think that's pretty fair for Hero to just let him through. The unselfish thing there.
Now, that has kind of compromised Hero though, because it did let Ekim get within DRS range again, so Hero's got to hope that FIBA doesn't hold him up too much and gets away pretty quick, but at the same time he'll want FIBA to give him DRS at least once or twice to ensure that Ekim doesn't catch up too fast.
Yeah, Hero's mediums are only going to last another couple of laps as well, so this is only going to bring Ekim further and further up into the Williams. And I think we'll be seeing this battle go on for a few more laps until Hero decides to come into the pits.
Yeah, so the guys up the top on those 12 lap of hards, I don't know if those tyres are going to make it to the end.
Well, Potsy, Trent and T-Mac all still have to pit.
Yeah, you're right, sorry, they did start on the hards.
Yeah, so I think, there we go, they've all ticked over to 13 laps now.
Yeah.
So those guys still have to pit, so they'll be onto the mediums in the next couple of laps, you'd expect. And then, yeah, Baitmate, another 14 laps on those hards, so he should be good to get to the end from here. Combined, though, will need to pit again. He's been on those mediums for 8 laps. Only got another 5 laps or so on those. As FIBA sets the fastest lap of the race with the 133.777 on those new medium tyres.
Ecam will get past Hero into turn 1, and then he'll not shut the door, go a little bit wide, giving Hero a chance to stick his nose in. Let's see, Hero around the outside using all of his battery to get past Ecam. Ecam not really giving him any space, holding his line. Are they really still side by side through the S's? Yes, they are. Hero. Very brave by Hero making that move, but he managed to make it stick, so well done to him. I don't think that was smart, because he is now going to give Ekim DRS down the back straight, so I don't...
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Ekim was planning. Don't forget as well, he's on the fresher, hard tyres, so he'll just use that DRS to get down the straight. We've got a little scrap for P5 here, combined versus Big Al. Combined with the, runs a bit deep. Big Al with the switchback, and he moves up to P5. Baitmate has also got past T-Mac's desynced AI, and Trin has come into the pit, so he's off those hard tyres, so is Potsy onto the mediums, and Baitmate takes the lead of the race.
Let's see where they come out. So, interesting strategy by Ekim here. He has not really used ERS, and he didn't get past Hero. Hero's in the pits now, okay. Hero off those mediums, he'll be throwing on another set of mediums, I'd say. Take him to the end. T1 so far, no safety cars, so if the guys that were banking on him, they'd be really disappointed right about now.
Yeah, this is going to be Hearn combined. He's in a very good position at the moment in P4, but he does have to stop again in a couple of laps' time. So unless he gets a safety car that's very timely, he will tumble through the order.
So, Potsy has come out P6, which is pretty good for him. He'd be happy with that. He's got a bit of work to do in front of him now, though. Big Al is T-Mac actually where it says he is? Yeah, he is. Okay, good. Miguel will overtake the AI of T-Mac.
Yeah, Mick out there running very wide at the exit of the long right-hander. Pick up a 3-second penalty, but he does get past Pondon on the run into the hairpin.
Mikau having a really scrappy race. It's not like him to get a penalty.
We can see T-Mac's AI coming to the pits off those hard tyres.
It's about time. But, yeah, ideally you'd want to go out here now. FIBA actually also getting a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, ran a little bit too wide at the final corner there. Just picking up his 3rd warning there, which is an instant 3-second time penalty post-race.
For FIBA. It's going to hurt him later on in the race, especially considering there's a bit of it's not really a train to say, a DRS train per se, but these drivers are still fairly close to each other, pretty much from first place all the way down, really, up until about...
Yeah, they are almost all out of DRS range. At the moment, Big Al's within a second of Batemate, as I think T-Mac has finally rejoined the session. I see the intervals all disappears, usually what happens when someone rejoins. But I think as well, I think T-Mac was T-Mac's AI was the only other car that was in DRS range, so field is starting to spread a little bit, so unless there is a safety car that bunches them all up, might struggle some of the drivers to find some time. As we see another yellow flag caused by Bluey. That car looks like an absolute handful to drive. I would not be surprised if he has some diffuser or floor damage.
I'd say he probably does, and his tire could be red hot by now. If there is going to be a safety car, I reckon Bluey's going to be the one that brings it out.
Combined into the pits, he's coming a couple of laps early, and I expect him to jump on another set of medium tyres here from the end. So, as I pointed out before, he is tumbling down through the order, having this late pit. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's out of points here. Eckham should get through. Pacey and T-Mac pretty close behind as well. Going to be close on the exit. Pacey just behind Combined, so with those fresh mediums as well, he should be able to pull away from the McLaren, but he's got a couple of seconds ahead of him to Eckham.
Yeah, Farmer Sam in chat pointing out that Bluey does indeed have 4 damage.
Yeah, poor bloke. He's had another spin as well as we just speak about it, so luckily keeping out of the way of the leaders who just go through. Miguel keeping Batemate honest here. He's just half a second behind the Haas driver, and he's in DRS range. He might go for a little move here into the hairpin. He may also be saving some of the ERS. He's sitting on about 36% at the moment, so might not want to push too hard too early. He's still got 10 laps to go.
Yeah, there's no real value in overtaking now unless you're significantly faster and you can actually pull a gap. Because considering he has a 5-second gap behind him to Jackson, so he's got a pretty good buffer. He just needs to sit back, save his ERS for the last couple of laps when he actually needs it.
Yeah, Potsy meanwhile getting pretty close to the back of Artanis here. He's within DRS range, heading into turn 1. As you say though, I don't think he's substantially faster than the Aston Martin driver at the moment. He's able to close that gap right up to 2/10, but not quite able to get the move done just yet, but he's very, very close.
I'd just like to point out Mikau, without her safety car, has managed to pull that gap at the start, serve a drive-through, and then pit, and he's currently P5. So having AFR driver having a fantastic race.
Solid effort from him, as Posse does get past Artanis. He's up into P3 now. And Big Al so much closer to Batemate, just a couple of tenths now.
Yeah, I'd say that we're at the point now where Batemate might be holding Big Al up, considering his tyres are 4 times older. And Big Al would have seen Potsy get past Jackson, and knowing Potsy, Big Al would want to get a move on.
Combined also right on the tail of Eckham, the other AlphaTauri driver. And he's on his 10-lap-old hard, so his Combined has just come out of the pits on those fresh mediums, so should make short work of the AlphaTauri on the back straight.
It's looking like it. I don't imagine that there's much the AFR can do about this.
Combined has used a lot of his ERS though. He's down to just 5%. Still able to get past him though, and he should stay in front as T-Mac is now back in control of his Mercedes and he's within DRS range of Beckham as well.
Batmate has also lost position to Big Al into turn 1, so the Mercedes driver getting past the halves there. Now, Potsy has also closed that gap from just under 5 seconds to 4.5 seconds, so he is on the charge on those fresh mediums. Oh, T-Mac and Eckham still squabbling side by side. Eckham not really interested in giving up that position to T-Mac that easily, but I'd say with those old hard tyres, he doesn't really have much of a say at this point.
Yeah, he'll be losing quite a lot of grip as he runs very deep into turn 5. Fever's also closed up on the back of Pondon. He's on reasonably new medium tyres compared to Pondon's old hards, so I think he should get the move done on this back straight as well. Both of them having a bit of a loose moment through the corner. I think Fever should get DRS here. I think he was still behind at the detection point. Aston Martin pulls in to get a bit of a slipstream. Yeah, Fever has DRS, so he's going to be pulling away from the Aston. Not sure if you picked that up, but it looked like Fever closed and opened his DRS a couple of times, like it almost waving at the Aston Martin as he went past.
I didn't see that, no.
Not sure if he's got a sticky brake pedal or something that just caused it to close, or if that was deliberate, but he's now nearly a second clear of Pondon, so he's got a lot of pace, Fever, and he's up into P6.
That's really funny. Alright, so cheeky wave at Pondon as he goes past. He knows Pondon streams, so there'll be a lot of people that will have seen that. Now, Potsy is making massive inroads on the leaders. He's pretty much taken a second off his time in a lap and a half to Bait and Big Al. Batemate maintaining his gap to Big Al just purely through DRS, I believe. He's still managing to stick with the Mercedes, but Potsy is rapid and he's rapidly catching.
Batmate's doing a pretty good job to stay within DRS range of Big Al at the moment. He's just about 7/10 behind him, even though he's on tyres that are twice as old. So he's still hanging in there in case Big Al's going to make a mistake, but we rarely see Big Al make mistakes in these kinds of high pressure situations. He usually is very, very on his game.
Ali's brother is cool as ice. And yeah, you're right. He very, very rarely makes mistakes when he's leading a race like this.
Trin pretty much on the back of Pondon now, up in P7 and 8. Trin on reasonably new medium tyres. Pondon on those old hards, covers the inside line. And the Red Bull doesn't quite have the pace to get it done. It's very well defended by the Aston Martin there. Is he going to go? Trin has to get right out of the throttle there. He nearly ran into the back of the Aston Martin, trying to go around the outside. They go side by side. Pondon has to lift right out of it to avoid understeering into the Red Bull. And he gets the job done.
Fresh medium tyres working well for the Red Bull there. Not much could have done there, I don't think. Potsy's gap down to 2.8 seconds. Bait has now lost DRS, so he's about to be swallowed by Red Bull. What do Red Bull need to close out the constructors?
I'll have a quick look, see if it's been calculated already.
Hero battling side by side. Oh, good switchback by Pacey. Can he make it stick though? Gets much better traction down onto the back straight than Hero does. A little bit quicker. I'm not sure who's going to have the DRS. It will be Pacey. So Pacey was out in the skirmish.
So Red Bull need to outscore Williams by 13 points to claim the World Constructors' Championship today. And at the moment, Potsy needs to get P2.
At this rate he will be. He's made up another second to Bate, and Bate is dropping off those tyres and really starting to hurt him now. As Hero will overtake Pacey again, not for a points making position, but just...
Actually, even then, I don't think P2 is going to be good enough. That'll be 10 points more than Williams, so not quite enough to claim the title. Oh, Trin is P7 though. This is where it gets confusing, and Hero's way down the order, so... Yeah, I think if Potsy gets P2 and Feber and Trin stay the same, that should be enough for Red Bull to claim the Constructors.
Okay. So, Pacey at the moment, really enjoying those fresh mediums. He's got a lot more pace than Hero under traction. He's just struggling to get past for some reason. Hero defending very, very well. Big block up by Pacey and Hero there as they're going to the third last corner down on the back straight. Hero getting a much better exit. I don't think Pacey has enough juice to catch it in his lap. Not even trying, not using the arrows at all.
It's a nice little battle brewing for P9 as well, combined versus T-Mac. T-Mac's done well to regain some of the ground lost when he was disconnected, and having a good battle with the Alfa Romeo.
Within the next lap, I believe Potsy will also have DRS on Bate. And gap to Big Al is down to 3.2 seconds. So he might still even catch Big Al.
Here we go, he's in DRS range now.
Maybe we will have one more round after this at Abu Dhabi.
No, we'll definitely have one more round after this.
But his name's Maybe. Very confusing, man.
As Pacey has lost it in Sector 2.
He was battling Hero, hopefully they didn't come together. Him and Hero were having a really good squabble then. That's unfortunate for Pacey. Smitty gets past him. Still no safety car. We might... I think this will be the second race this season where Tier 1 doesn't have a safety car. Oh, Pacey's tyres are red hot. He's not going anywhere. He's struggling now.
Oh, and Hero's had a spin as well.
Oh. Okay. Simple to spin for Pacey.
Oh, I think he's got a puncture. He's got a rear puncture.
Ah!
Has he? Or is he just super overheated him?
It's just overheated.
No, he's going 300 k's an hour, so it's probably not a rear puncture.
Just had a bit of a spin. Like I said, T-Mac still reasonably close to the back of Combined, but I believe the next overtake is going to be Potsy on Bate Mate, as Potsy is well and truly within DRS now.
Yeah, Combined is also caught up to Pondon, so he's getting some DRS as well, which is helping him keep T-Mac behind.
It absolutely is. Now, I wonder what's going to happen here with these guys. Bate is going to probably try and hang on to this position as long as he can, and then he's going to try and sit behind Potsy as long as he can, because he doesn't want Jackson to catch up to him. It would be in Bates' best interest to not fight this too hard and then just try as hard as he can to cling on to Potsy. Yeah,
I agree. With those old hard tyres, he's going to be struggling a lot more than Atana, so he'll need the DRS to try and keep him behind. As Hero's gone off again. I wonder if you were right. I wonder if there's a bit of contact between Hero and Pacey, and they might have both picked up some bodywork damage from that.
Possibly, because Hero's very slow right now, and pace is catching them at a rate of knots, so we might have another battle between these two.
As I believe that's the 10th spin there for Bluey for the race. As Pondon getting double teamed by T-Mac and Combined. They're able to keep them both at bay. Combined and T-Mac had a little bit of contact. As Bluey gets a 10-second penalty for staying out of the way of the lead cars.
That's
just classic Codemasters.
Oh, poor guy. Doesn't deserve that. Pondon doing well to hold that position off. He is on very old tyres. I don't think he's going to be able to hold this with another 3
I
laps.
think Potsy's about to get that move done on Baitmate though. Just less than 2 tenths behind.
Yeah. There's no point in fighting it, Bait. Let it happen and just try and stick with it as best you can, because Jackson is rapid. Is it just me?
Potsy's lifting on the straight. Yeah, he's staying behind Baitmate.
He's doing it on purpose. Yeah, he's just lifting.
Yeah, definitely. As Pacey has a little spin at turn 1.
Oh no.
And Combined goes for a move on Pondon on the back straight. It's done nicely.
Oh, there goes Potsy now. I think Potsy might not have wanted to give Bait DRS down the straight.
Well, Potsy still might be going for the win. He's still 4 seconds behind Big Al. I dare say his mediums are going to run out of legs before he catches the Mercedes.
I don't think he's going to win this one.
Have to wait and see.
I think you're right there. He probably won't win this. Yeah, Pondon has dropped to 8th place to Combined, and he's probably going to drop a place this lap to T-Mac. Those tyres are just too old to really do anything with it. There's actually another interesting battle to keep an eye on. So Mikau... Oh, never mind. True Balls was a penalty.
Yeah, so both of them should keep their 5th and 6th positions, with Trin being 6 seconds behind FIBA.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Bait trying his very utmost to stay as close as he can to Potsy. Nearly loses DRS, but he will have it this lap. He's used all his ERS, trying to make sure that he doesn't lose that DRS. If he does, he might be in a bit of trouble, but considering we've only got 2 laps left, I'd say he probably is safe from Jackson.
So Hero's just coming to the pit, so dare say he's probably going to chuck on a set of softs to try and take the fastest lap away from the top 10. That does give Pacey 13th place, so both of them struggling a lot on those older tyres after they came together a bit earlier, we believe.
Yeah. Pondon actually doing rather well to maintain that gap to T-Mac. He only has to do 2 laps.
He's sticking with Combined really well. That DRS is helping him just keep in front of the Mercedes, and Combined not pulling away quickly from the Aston Martin, so his mediums are getting a little bit old as well, so could just be that he doesn't quite have the grip to gap the Aston Martin, but T-Mac as well, 10 lap old mediums, doesn't quite have the grip to close down on Pondon.
Yeah, absolutely the case. That's a Haas round, is that Smitty?
It's Smitty, I believe. Yep, just recovering there on his medium tyres.
Well, it's too late now, so I believe this is the 2nd race of the season for Tier 1 to not have a safety car. I think it's either the 1st or the 2nd.
Yeah, solid effort from these guys. They kept it predominantly clean. We think probably a couple of skirmishes that might get looked at after the race, but all in all, they've done pretty well.
Yeah, a couple of dive bombs lap 1 that were a bit suspect.
Keeper saying that T-Mac's actually got damaged, so the fact that he's still staying within DRS range of Pondon is very impressive indeed.
That would be why kind of take. Makes sense. As we have started the last lap of this race now, I don't imagine much changing in the order. In saying that, Pondon is kind of looking like he wants to have a go at Combined. They both don't have a lot of ERS.
So Hero is going incredibly slowly in the final sector, trying to let the traffic go through so he can get a good run for the fastest lap. So he actually caught the Katrin and had to abort his run. Oh, and he's had to abort again because Bluey is in front of him. Oh, they've made contact, and Hero has a broken front wing now.
Okay.
Hero doesn't realise that was the final lap, and he could have just gone past Bluey, and now he won't get the fastest lap of the race. So, very, very bizarre.
Ali in chat just pointing out that Big Al is indeed his brother, who is currently leading the race. You are right, Ali. That is a very fun fact.
Yeah, T-Max dropped out of DRS range of Pondon now, so I think that settles those final 3 points positions.
Yeah, so I am just on board now with Big Al as he comes through the second last corner, burning all of his ERS. Comes through the last corner and he will cross the line to take the win here in Shanghai. Fantastic drive by the Mercedes driver. Potsy, our World Drivers Champion, comes across the line in second place. Bate will take third, Jackson fourth. Mikau with the drive-through takes fifth. Fantastic drive from him. Cooper in sixth, Frin in seventh. Combined should get eighth. Good to see Pondon back in the points, Pondon in ninth, and then T-Mac with that lifting car brings it home to 10th. So.
And provisionally, that does mean that Red Bull wins the World Constructors Championship for Season 7 of AFR in Tier 1.
Congratulations to the Red Bull guys. Mainly to Potsy, I think Trin got a little carried, but still he brought in some decent points, so congrats to both those guys. Unfortunate for Williams, they'll be kicking themselves. Hero specifically because he had the pace, but he just had a shocking race. And Bluey's finished too. I feel sorry for Bluey. He's at oh, okay. I just went on board with Bluey, and there's an AlphaTauri parked next to him to the side that is missing 2 wheels. Had to punt that wall hard to lose both of the left tyres.
No, he hit a Hero, I think, who was pointing the wrong way. They had a head-on collision, so...
Okay.
So Hero, I think, got his maths wrong, I think. He thought he was on the second last lap when he lifted the throttle for Bluey, and then realised that he was a lap down and that he wasn't going to make it back across the line in time to do another flying lap, so bit of a mistake there from the Williams driver.
Yeah, that's definitely not what we want. That's unfortunate. But yeah, that'll be that's Tier 1. So big congratulations to Big Al. He's fantastic drive, good strategy. He nailed it this week. Absolutely deserves it. And good to see Batemate back up at the podium. He's had a couple of really good races and a couple of really shocking races over the last few weeks to months. So it's good to see him back up on the podium. Jackson as well.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say it is good to see Bate back up on the podium after a couple of rough races, so really, really good. And yeah, Tannis as well, getting right up there for Aston Martin.
Yeah, fantastic race by these guys. Amazing to keep it clean as what they did anyway. But yeah, that's Tier 1 wrapped up. Don't go anywhere, we will have Tier 2 very shortly. Thank you guys for sticking with us. This has been Psycho and Gus. We will see you guys next time.
See you later.